Hey everyone, and welcome to the Learning Ladder and welcome to Vlogmas Day 1. I'm super excited to do it this year. I have done Vlogmas, I think, once in my whole entire YouTube experience. And that wasn't on this channel, it was on my original channel. But that was so fun. And part of the reason why I want to do it this time is because hopefully we're moving. I say that because obviously until everyone's signed everything, there's always that chance. But it's looking very likely. Everyone's got their mortgages and, everything seems to be going fine. So fingers crossed, we're going to be moving in the new year, so this will technically be our last Christmas in this house. So I thought it would be fun to mark it, and especially because there's going to be places that we're going to be going to that we won't be able to go to very often again and things like that. So I thought it'd be fun, but I'm only going to do, as far as I know, the Monday to Friday version, just because I think it would be really hard to do the other version too. The weekend version. So I think I'm just going to do the Monday to Friday. You might end up getting ones on the weekend as well, but I'm committing to the Monday to Friday one. We'll see how it goes. I haven't started packing yet, as you can see, so that probably won't come in Vlogmas because I'm not planning on packing until January unless the solicitor changes the date of moving, because we haven't got the final move date yet. So unless that changes, you're not going to see packing, but we'll go into lots of fun things and it'll be just fun to remember this experience and our last Christmas in this house. We've lived here since 2013, so 10 years. So yeah, this is going to be our last Christmas in this house. So it is cold. I'm not in my dressing gown. Well, I am in my dressing gown, but I'm not in my pajamas, I should say. It's really cold outside. We've had this cold front over, it's all iced up, so I'm wearing this because I'm freezing. So don't think I'm in my pajamas. I'm not, that it matters, but I'm not in Christmas pajamas yet, but I'm sure I will be soon. So this is December the 1st today, so I'm actually filming this as, we're up to date, but you'll see tonight's when we're going out to our festive fun trip tomorrow. So technically we're almost up to date in real time. Well, we are currently, but tomorrow you'll be a day behind. But that's how I'll keep track. But yes, it's just been a busy morning. We've done our advent calendars, the dogs have done their advent calendars. I'm sure I'll show you that at some point. It's kind of chaos because we have 6 dogs, but it's fun chaos. Shadow had hers, the cat, she's got a homemade one because she doesn't like the cat treats. My daughter's done her calendar. I got her a duck one as well, which was fun. So I've had this tradition for years. I've always got her a duck, a bath duck in her stocking, a festive one. This year I didn't because I got her a duck advent calendar. So she gets a festive duck every day, so that's fun. So I'll show you one of the days, one of those. And tonight we're going to our first festive day out. So we're going to a light festival, which we've never been to before. So I'm really excited, and I'll definitely be filming that and letting you know. It's going to be really cold though. So hopefully we're going to all bundle up and it'll be fine, but it's going to be chilly, I know it is. Although I think not this time, but the previous time when we went to Lightopia, it was actually snowing. So it's not as bad as that. I almost got frostbite that day. It was so cold from holding the camera, and I'm not exaggerating. At the end, my hands were so freezing, but I don't think it's as that, so it should be fine. So we did our Friday school today, kind of altered a little for Christmas. So we started reading all our Christmas books, but we're actually starting Christmas school next week. But we did a few little bits. So we had to do some of our regular curriculum today that we needed to finish up for the week. But next week we are starting our hybrid Christmas school. I did already film a video about that. I'm sure I posted that prior to this, so you should already know what our plans are for Christmas. We're doing a hybrid homeschool, so we're still going to do some of our curriculum, but some of them we're going to put to bed just for the 2 weeks that we have of school left before the Christmas holidays. So mainly Saxon, history and geography that we're dropping for 2 weeks. We're still going to do maths, but we're just going to do some workbook fun type maths, and history and geography is going to be part of our unit study with Barefoot in the Trees. Like I said, I think I've already made this video, so I don't want to repeat myself. I'll link it below if you haven't already seen what our Christmas plans are. So that's what we're going to be doing for homeschool for next week. So we're just having lunch now. I've got my water in my Christmas cup that I use all year round, but let's just pretend I've just got it out for Christmas. We've got some decorations up, as you can see over there. I'll show you the tree in one of the videos. We have to make sure we don't put ornaments right at the bottom because of the dogs. Luca is our Labrador. He's not a Labrador, he's a Cavalier, but he is big for a Cavalier. He's more like a Labrador in his temperament, and this year is much better. The first year we had the tree, he'd be trying to pull things off constantly. This year he's only done it once, so I think he's getting past that age now, but I just didn't put any on the bottom, so the tree kind of looks a bit funny. But I still love it, and you know, I wouldn't swap him for the world. His personality, he's adorable, but he can be a tinker, so that explains the tree, but it still looks really nice. And this morning, when she was doing some of her independent school stuff, I was doing some emails. I think I've mentioned this previously about my ovarian cyst on the channel. It's not a scary one, it's a simple fluid-filled cyst, but I'm having so many problems getting it sorted out on the NHS. So I went back. It all started in 2020. That's when it was first discovered. But at the time, I decided to just leave it and we'll just wait and see, because sometimes ovarian cysts pop by themselves. It didn't. And then back in 2022, I went back to the doctor again because it was bothering me, and it was discovered it was still there and everything else, and I was referred to see a consultant. So it took a year pretty much for me to see the consultant. Well, technically not quite a year, but almost a year to see the consultant. When I saw the consultant, okay, let me just go back. I saw the consultant, and he was very, I don't know, he wanted to do a certain thing. He wanted to do surgery. I didn't want to do that. I wanted to do ultrasound guided aspiration, because it's just fluid filled. There's no reason to remove my ovary, and that's what surgery technically usually involves, unless you're very lucky. But in my case, because it's so big, it's 10 centimeters, there's a high chance that they would have to take the ovary, and I don't want to do that. I want to keep my ovary, thank you very much. Why would I want to do surgery and have myself cut open or even laparoscopically, when I can just have it popped? So much easier. It takes 10 minutes. I've had it done before. I had my IVF cycle. It's so easy. There's nothing to it at all. Whereas surgery, there's recovery time, there's risk of infection. Even if they do it laparoscopically, you can still get numb areas from them inserting things. And I don't want that. I just want it popped and be done with it. He actually said to me, horrified, I don't pop cysts. Like I'd asked him to clean the toilet and all that bowel in there, and it was just, are you seriously saying this to me? It's ultrasound guided. Why would you be scared of hitting bowel? You're supposed to be a surgeon. So he reluctantly agreed that he would refer me to a radiologist, an internist radiologist, who would do the procedure instead of him. I said fine, that's great, lovely. I waited and waited and waited. It was a year that had passed, still hadn't heard anything. So I contacted my GP, and I was being patient. I was like, but it's been a year now, should it be taking this long? So he chased it up for me, and guess what? I wasn't even on the list anymore. So not only had he not even done the referral to the radiologist, so not only had I not been referred to the internal radiologist, they'd also removed me off the list and not even told me. So they claimed that they'd written to me one letter and asked me to go for an ultrasound, or not an ultrasound, an MRI. A CT, that was it. They said that they'd written to me and said that asked me to go for a CT, and I hadn't replied because I never got the letter. And because of that one thing, they took me off the list. Didn't write me another letter to tell me they'd taken me off the list, off the waiting list. So I waited a whole year for nothing. So I had to be re-referred again. But at this time I asked to go to a different hospital. So I asked to go to a hospital that treats women predominantly, in the hopes that they're going to be more understanding and supportive of women's choice to be able to choose what treatment that they want to have, as opposed to a consultant saying this is the only thing that they will do, and reluctantly, apparently supposed to be referring you to somebody else, but actually never doing it and taking me off the list. I think it was all very dodgy. So anyway, they referred me to a different hospital. That was in July. I still haven't had my appointment yet to see because you have to have your initial consultation first. I've not even had that yet. So you have to have your initial consultation before you even get to talking about procedures. And we're moving, and it's into a different part of the country, which is just, it's like the worst timing ever. So I asked where I did my 2 IVF cycles, whether they would do the procedure for me, and if I paid privately. Not that I want to do that or can do it, but once we've moved, I could potentially put on a credit card or something. I just can't do that beforehand because of the mortgage requirements and things. Just in the hopes of getting it done, because it's been years, and they said that they don't do that procedure unless you're having IVF there. So I explained that I'm not doing IVF, and can they please ask the manager or whatever if they'd reconsider, because I have had 2 IVF cycles there previously. You know, we've got history with the clinic, so I'm waiting to see whether or not they will help me. As I said, I can't do it right now anyway because we can't afford to. With the mortgage, you're not allowed to take out new credit and things before the mortgage goes through, so I have to wait anyway until after we've moved. But I'm hopeful that at least I've got that as a backup plan in case I'm still waiting another year for this appointment. So that's what I was doing this morning while my daughter was doing her independent work. We'd done all our together school first. She was just finishing up some things. So I was emailing them, kept begging, please help. So we'll see what happens. It's just a nightmare. I just want this gone. It's so easy. The irony of it is it's literally 10 minutes. You lie there, they stick the ultrasound in with the needle on, suck it out, and it's done. It's so simple, and to be waiting all this time, it's just insane. But I know I'm not the only one. There's so many people on the waiting list, so I'm not trying to say, you know, I should get special treatment or anything at all. Don't get me wrong, I'm just really annoyed at the fact that I waited an additional year when I wasn't even on any kind of list. And this is my dog. My daughter's eating in the other room, and I won't let them in, so she's wanting to get my attention, so she's funny. She keeps she doesn't scratch on the door, she hits the keys with her head. I didn't teach her that. She's just really super smart, and she just wants my attention. So I'm gonna have to see to her, and I will see you tomorrow in our next video. The next one will be more festive, as I said, because we go into the lights and we'll get into our Christmas spirit, but sometimes you just have to have a moment, don't you? So I hope you're all having a great day, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care. Bye for now.